court meeting. Let the record reflect that all the commissioners are here. I'd like to call the meeting to order and ask that you please rise and join us in the pledge of allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Under the Texas flag, pledge allegiance to the United Texas, one state, under God, indivisible.
Commissioner, would you bring us in the word? I'm definitely you got that for me today. Lord, thank you very much for the day we can come and just another day we may serve you. Father, bless our decisions today, give us guidance in all that we do, and just to keep in mind that we're serving people and the best decisions we can make. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you, sir. Item number 4, public comments. Mr. Raymond comment.
Thanks, Judge, Commissioners. I just briefly wanted to touch on item number 22. And I know I've talked about it a little bit before, informally with the court, but...
All right, that I'm here. You didn't say what I'm talking about.
I'm sorry, Judge.
I figured that's what it was. Go ahead.
Anyway, I just hope the court can understand it. I know you have money in the budget that y'all are going to hire an IT person, but you also have to look at what the fully burdened cost of that is. And even the fully burdened cost doesn't tell you the exact cost of what it's going to be for an IT person, because they'll probably have to have a laptop, they may have to have software, and really to be an effective IT department, you need some effective software where they can log in information about what they did, all this kind of stuff. That's what a whole IT organization that does maintenance as a whole, that's what they do. Everything's logged. They tell all the details about what they found and everything. But it's bigger than that. They build a knowledge base of everything. And so if they're out there maintaining, I'm going to say 10 different counties, they probably run into the problem you have already. And so there's a big benefit to actually having an outside organization to help you with some of your IT maintenance. That's all I've got to say. Thank you so much.
Item number 5, and ask for possible discussion of items of public convenience for which no action will be taken. I'll take this opportunity to present Mr. Commissioner about communication. The evidence that you got sworn in, that's got to come from the governor, that's got the governor. We get partial. Yeah. And anybody who's here, Commissioner Donald, Governor Abbott. Sheriff, I don't see the sheriff here. I got one for the sheriff, and a couple of the constables. Judge, are you likely to see the constable? Yes, sir. You mind, that'd be the quickest way for it to get to him, I'm sure. Oh, yeah. Well, Chief, would you mind
Sheriff may pop in. All right. We got 3 more constables. I may have to show up. Let's go. Yes, here's what it's about. We got this a lot. The one way for the dispatcher.
Oh, yeah.
Constable X? Yes. All right. Yes, sir. Go ahead and do it. Yes, sir. Anything else under item number 5 that we need to discuss or bring to the public's attention? I don't know. 9. Discussion item to acknowledge completion of open meetings granted to Commissioner Crystal Dunn and Commissioner Precinct 3 and Commissioner Luke Sweeney, Commissioner Precinct 1. Y'all already got, what, 24 hours? Mm-hmm. That's good.
Not in there.
Y'all passed the test, good job. You're gonna need in a couple of weeks, if you get some more items, so we're going all the way to Bryan College Station to the VGM Institute. Some of them may be a bit redundant, but it's right. We can take me to 3 times, so, appreciate y'all getting in there and getting that behind you right off the bat. Item number 10, consideration, discussion, and possible vote to approve First Amendment for Crown Castle Tower license agreement. The last time we met, I think we expected to have the agreement from the ESD board, and we didn't actually have it in hand, but it had already been approved, I believe. So we approved it, and then once they presented it, I signed off on the memorandum of understanding between the county and the ESD. We had an old tower up there in Oakhurst, radio tower. It was leased in 16, it was 3-year lease, it renewed for 2 more years, and then another 2. But the agreement technically expired in 23, and then we're still paying on it, and then at some point, my understanding is the crackheads stole all the wire that goes up the tower that connects the radio, rendering it ineffective. And anyway, at some point, we decided to terminate the agreement. Well, the ESD has seen some value in bringing it back to, in other words, paying the back payments or the payments that they missed since then, and then getting the agreement back in effect. And they're we've signed well, it's sort of an interlocal. They call it something else, a memorandum of understanding, and they're going to make they're going to make most of the payments. There's $5,700 involved. They're going to pay about $4,000 and something, and we're going to pay $1,700. I don't know where they come up with that number, but that's what the court agreed on. But, and we were just going to operate under the old agreement. Well, somebody has generated a First Amendment to government entity tower license agreement. And that wasn't talked about too much. I don't really have a problem with it. It renews. Let's see, it says, co-location agreement beginning the day immediately following the extension's expiration date, which shall automatically extend for 1 additional renewal period of 5 years unless the customer provides written notice to Crown of its election not to pursue the term 90 days prior. The agreement that we've already signed with the ESD says it'll stay in our name, but we'll make the payments and they'll immediately reimburse us. I don't have a problem. Commissioner, except you're free.
I don't have a problem. Judge, I'll make the motion.
I'll second that one.
All right, I have a motion by Commissioner Natuno, second by Commissioner Morris. I was, just wasn't comfortable agreeing with this because we didn't talk about it. Any other comments or concerns? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. It's unanimous, 5-0. I did ask them, why didn't we just let them assign it directly, and they said, oh, that you have to have new stuff, and new this, and more costs, and I said, well, I don't really understand why, but this is the way we went. Let's see.
Let me say it was a new $15,000 startup fee if they went new
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, I really understand
For
that.
the same time,
Contract.
the same stuff that's on the tower authority there.
I've been a lawyer for 40 years, but that sounded like something some lawyer come up with. Yes, sir. Item number 11, consideration, discussion, and possible vote to present HUD Section 3 presentation for Texas CDBG County CDB 230314 grant, Langford Community Matching Services. How are you, young lady?
I am good. Thank you for that. It's a pleasure to be here, and I haven't, with some commissions I haven't met yet. It's nice to meet you, and I'm representing Langford.
Tell everybody who you are, public don't know.
I am Kathy Bennett, former mayor of the city of Ivanhoe, and have dealt with Langford for a long time, and I represent them on a part-time basis when they're not able to make it. Judy called me this morning and said that she had an emergency, so asked me if I could come over here and talk to you about this. I've done this a lot because we, as mayor over there for 8 years, we went through these TDA grants. You received a $500,000 grant through TDA, and part of that is having to comply with HUD Section 3. And what that is, and this doesn't require action per se today, but what it does require is that the county commissioners understand that Section 3 has to be abided by. Langford will be overseeing all of that process. This means what Section 3 is about is utilizing the funds basically in areas where it's low to moderate income, hiring companies that use low to moderate income employees, etc. And so part of what you have to do today is be aware of the fact that Langford will be overseeing those details, and that all of that is complied with, so that we can receive the funding.
The county, a lot of times will apply for these, grants, and we're kind of like a pass-through. We do that, we sponsor it, you might say.
Mm-hmm.
And we've done a lot of these in the past for various, nonprofit water companies, and I believe that's what this is all about. It is for the Point Blank, Stevens Creek water system. I don't remember specifically when we, had this on the agenda to do this, but,
It's probably been a couple of years since.
Oh, everything takes forever now. You probably applied a couple of years.
I got an email like on a freeze on some grants and stuff. Is that on this as well? Did you get that email?
I got that email yesterday too.
I didn't see, it was on the bench, so I didn't see that, I haven't read that email.
Yeah, it was saying there was a temporary freeze on all the grant funding, and that could be. But this is just to assure you that whenever it's in operation, the language is going to make sure that all the section 8 or section 3 requirements are.
The grant writers make sure, that's part of what they do,
Right.
and what they get paid for, to make sure we comply with all the federal rules, including the section 3 laws,
And part of
Davis
that,
Bacon, and all those different federal regulations. That's why they get the big bucks, because there's tons of paperwork for these projects.
well, and part of the requirement is that the court understands the feasibility. So this is the
We
requirement.
do understand that. The question that I have, these projects are gonna be bid out through y'all, or the water company, correct?
Right.
And they will be opening the bids. Do we still, as this court, do we still approve them?
Once the company is chosen, the bids are.
The water company and y'all.
That'll be brought to court.
Okay.
Yes, and joint operations. I will entertain a motion to approve this.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion by Commissioner Morris, a second by Commissioner Sweeney. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, unanimous. 5-0. Thank you so much.
I'm
Anything
not
else?
that, the next one's ours too.
Okay. Is that end with a C or a K?
See,
C. I guessed wrong.
well,
Yeah.
most people do.
Number 13, consider, number 12. Consideration, discussion, possible vote for approval to submit the 2025 multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan to T and FEMA. Hazard mitigation plan is long coming. We've had a number of these over the years. We've had them since they started requiring them, and this is probably about the fourth time I can recall during my experience that we've had to redo it. They make them to expire, and you have to
They need to be updated.
update periodically. It's not like we have a whole lot of different hazards out there planned for, but every once in a while there is. Anyway, state likes them to be updated, so we have to update it.
Right, and, commissioners should have received, by the beginning of January, they have some mitigation of the final draft. And what you need.
Tiny little document here.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everybody's read every word of that.
It's almost so big a circus dog can't jump over it, but it's got lots of good information in here.
And the thing about this, you have to have that hazard mitigation plan in place in order to receive any grant, hazard mitigation grants. So everybody's required to really have one. The final draft was sent out to you at the beginning of January, and what we need to do today is approve the final draft being forwarded to TDM. It goes to TDM first. Normally, it takes about 2 weeks for them to turn around and
Somebody
say.
got their phone on. Can y'all turn your phones on? I can't concentrate with all that Zydeco music going on or whatever it is. Go ahead.
Anyway, so right now what we have to do is approve, submitting this to TDM first. And they go over it and Judy was telling you that it usually takes about 2 weeks for them to approve the draft. And then it goes on to FEMA and they approve the draft and then it comes back to you for adoption. Right now it's just approving and submitting. And then the adoption will be via resolution once TDM and FEMA has approved.
A lot of work's gone over into this over the last couple of years. The grant writers and the emergency management, all the commissioners and everybody involved. And this is the proposed finished product, and we have to send it up the chain. FEMA and TDM look it over, and hopefully they won't have any problems.
This is once every 5 years, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly, but I was kind of leave them.
When you said the class, I mean, I was on part of it.
I don't know how motion to submit.
You tell us, you the last one to go last.
What I was recommendation is that, yeah, I don't sit around and read through these kind of deals, you know, as the judge does, and so he knows it by heart. That's why he's judge, but I would recommend that when we make the changes, just highlight the changes, so I can go, next time around and deal with it. And that way I can just look in there and go, oh, this is going to change on this, because you can't find it, you know.
I know, and that's why I was saying.
Right, you have to look at the old one and see, but, and kind of have a working knowledge of it. Just hang out there with us, you get that for me.
Oh, but that's why it was sent out first of January, in order for y'all to look at it.
Yeah, it's been floating around for a month and a half.
Right. It's still there.
And like you say, judge is the one that's the expert on all this.
Yeah, right. Anyway, did I have a motion by Commissioner?
I got a good question, hold on. Was there anything on our bond money? I don't know, I was hoping Ms. Langford or someone that works for Ms. Langford would have been here, could explain something to me. I know the judge told me and the Commissioner, Mr. Jacinto told me a couple of weeks ago, they went to the DECOG meeting and said, obviously, and they got a brand new shelter built with the mod money and came in a disaster, and they wasn't. And so how does our mod money, how is it possible to wait 6 years and we still haven't really heard anything on our mod money? I don't know if you would know anything about that.
Not really, but Judy is on a call. If you want me to give her a call right now, she'll.
No, I'd like to, y'all can get those answers.
Send them to us, email them or.
Yeah, I'd like to get this passed and move on with the document.
Okay,
That is a good question because
I'll have
we were the Simpson County got hit right in the nose with Harvey, and we were the most seriously affected county in the whole DeKalb region. And here we are, he's right.
Yeah, it's 6 years at least.
On those particular funds, we haven't received a nickel, and they're having meetings in nice 10,000, similar facility to this, you know, good for them.
Wasn't that building next door part of your mind?
That was EDA grant.
Okay. Well, I'll ask Judy to contact you.
Appreciate it, just pass it over, John.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you.
I have a motion by Commissioner Latuno, a second by Commissioner Donovan. Other comments or questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, as you know. Thank you so much.
Thank you, good to see you.
I don't see any, stickies on here, so I guess I don't need to sign anything, you're just gonna sit there.
No, it's just a commission.
Right. All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate all your hard work on this.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, you probably need to thank Emmett for the hard work he did on it.
Yeah, because he's the original one.
And Michelle, I think Michelle has done
Probably majority.
jobs and jobs of work.
She's having
We
that.
appreciate that. We've had a number of meetings, and the courts met on it and identified potential hazards. And, I hope everything that y'all had on your mind is in there. If not, it's not too late to push this picture there.
Well, and it's, the reassurance is that it's going to, T now, and they approve it. If they've approved, everything is, it's good. So you
Yeah, that's good. If something happens out there, hey, remember we told you that we needed something over here on Coffin Boulevard, and it's right there in the plan, so.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Item number 13, consideration, discussion, and possible vote to show a movie on the Courthouse Lawn. This would be parking families. First date would be March 22nd, 2025. Approval for the second annual motorcycle rally on June 7th, 2025. Harvest Reach International. Mr. Lee.
Yeah, good morning. Congratulations to our new commissioners.
And our new sheriff. You got your
New sheriff. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. The war rally that we did last year, the motorcycle rally, was really a great success, even though the floods came, the shelter was full. But we had about 1,200 bikes came through.
Oh,
And it was a really, really awesome, very orderly, very well done. The city was very impressed with the whole thing, the mayor, and they came out. And so this is our second annual, and we want to get you guys to approve that. That would be May the 17th.
There'll be a change of date on there, it's gonna be May the 17th, only because of, some of the other things that are going on, sir? Oh, I got it.
Yeah, May the 17th, that's good.
Does that involve using, you mentioned the shelter was full, we've got a flood.
No.
Saying it's a emergency shelter, and if we have a folk coming, and for a certain date, and there's a hurricane blows in, well, folks don't have to.
Right, yeah. No, we won't be using
Come in and
shelter.
bless all those that have been removed from their house by the flood, no.
Right.
But
We'll be using the Civic Center. We're also with the Chamber of Commerce, the board members of the Chamber here in Cold Spring. And,
I know you guys, tell them, the congregation, who you are, what you do.
I'm Mark Mears. I'm with the Chamber of Commerce, also with Harvest Reach International. And, we do, the motorcycle rally here and a few other things. We're also part of the Christmas on the Square and that kind of thing. So, we also have a church here. It is a unique church. It is a biker church, and we meet at Shifters Roadhouse on Sunday mornings at 10:30. And we have a lot of folks come. The element that wouldn't show up in a regular church, but God's doing some great things there. So we're excited about that. So.
Okay, tell us about the movie. That was the first thing. What about the movie?
So the movie, we're, planning on starting March, 22nd. And, we want to gear that towards families and doing that on the lawn at the courthouse. I'm not sure whether we'll do the front of the courthouse facing the main road or do it on the back. Still trying to figure that out.
March 22nd, is that a Saturday?
That's Saturday. And it's free. There's no charge or anything like that. So.
Is that a day when, you know, we have regular scheduled things going on.
Right. It'll be in the evening where those, I think there's something that's going on that ends at 4 o'clock on that day.
Yeah, so it'll be after, of course, you know, it's a movie, so it'll have to be
At night.
at night, getting a little dark, you know.
Yeah, y'all coordinate that so everybody don't show up at the,
Right.
yeah. Okay, good deal.
Okay, assume, y'all got porta potties and all.
We'll have a couple of porta potties out
Clean
there.
up and all from you guys.
We leave it better than we got it.
Yeah.
We
always do.
Last year's motorcycle event, I think went real well.
Yeah, we really will.
I have a motion by Commissioner Matuno,
I'll second that.
second by Commissioner Dominic, to, have the movie on the courthouse lawn on March 22nd, 2025 in the evening, and motorcycle
This thing should the same.
event on May 17th, 2000. I think I'll be on a little cruise that day. I hate to miss that, but anyway.
The cruise or the movie?
My wife turned me off. Any other comments? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it, it's unanimous.
Thank you for your guidance.
Thank you guys, yes.
Y'all have a good day.
Okay.
Item number 14, consideration, discussion, possible action, cooperative agreement with Kelly Hood for disposal of dirt and debris. Commissioner Matuno, I think, that was quite a going when you first started this agreement.
When we first started, it was, and it's a pond that was along the road, at 190, Highway 190, so I've been just backing up there and dumping where I can't back in other places at other times of the year when it's wet, so.
I'll make that motion.
Right on, a very convenient place for you to just, disinherit or whatever, get rid of debris material that you have to haul much more storage.
I'll second.
Have a motion by Commissioner Mars, a second by Commissioner Downey. Any questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it, it's unanimous, 5-0. You got one with your signature already on it, or?
Oh, my signature's not on there.
Yeah, the one I got is, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is this? Is this something else?
That's the next.
Yeah, that's the city.
They're turning the wrong one. It looks good to you,
It
right?
looks good to me, yes, sir. We just changed the dates. And I don't remember which DA drew this envelope up. Would have been before Travis.
Oh, county,
So we've been doing it that long.
all right, we gotta get this thing. Item number 15, consideration, discussion, possible vote to approve interlocal agreement with the city of Point Blank. Governor, how are you this morning?
Pretty good, boss.
Good.
Well, I don't know if the city's gonna approve it, are they?
They are.
Oh, they are. So we all, well, three of us have cities in our precinct, and we all kind of do it a little different, but I just charge the city $500 a month, and then whatever material we use is separate, so, which is a pretty good plan, we have to help the constituents of the county, so
That motion,
I would like to make a motion on that, fact.
I'll second it.
Have a motion by Commissioner Matuno, second by Commissioner Barnes. Any comments or questions? You said three of the cities. I heard they were planning on incorporating Maynard in the other day. I'm just kidding. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, it's unanimous, 5-0. You want to sign yours or you want to sign?
It don't matter, you can start down there, and then we'll.
All right.
Doesn't matter.
This is the road, but this is to show you, this is 50 and a half, basically right here.
Item number 16, consideration, discussion, and possible vote to approve the proclamation declaring code, aka Forest Code Day, on February 5th, 2025, in Sanderson County.
The traffic.
It was actually, Judge Smith come to me at the court called to change her, and wanted her to create a proclamation to read at their event Saturday. So she said, well, I can't do that, so she contacted me, and got the Chief Secretary Tracy to come up with this proclamation.
You know, it says 50 years. I guess that's about when, I thought it's been there longer than that, since like 50 years is
This is from
1975, I guess. Oh, that's March. I lose track. Time flies when you're having fun.
So I'll make that motion to approve the proclamation for Forest Code Day.
Have a motion by Commissioner Matuno. Second by Commissioner Sweeney. Any comments or questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. It's unanimous, 5-0. Yeah.
So what time does it start Saturday? 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock?
Yeah, everybody will start cooking there about 11:45, bringing their side dishes and main dishes, and they'll kick off at noon and go at 3 and have games and everything set up.
Free food.
Marco.
You're
Fred's
supposed
will be there.
to bring a dish, though.
Fred's will be there.
Right, free food, yeah.
Saturday.
Speaking of, it's not free, but we, Go back to, I was signing on number 5, Friday is our annual Go Texas event right here in, this building. $100 will get you 2 ribeye dinners that you and your sweetheart, it give you a chance to win that Courthouse Lawn. Several other items, it's a great time to come in and help, maybe buy some at the auction and help support our youth of the community. And a big event, Friday at 6 o'clock, 6:30. Of course, I've been told I already bought the winning ticket, but there's always those secondary prizes. It's not like somebody wins it that nobody knows. Commissioner Lawn won it, Mr. Osmond won it, Brother Heflin won it, Jan Robinson won it. Worked at the town company for years. It could be you. Good.
Just buy a ticket, don't make me go out and support it.
That's right.
It's all matters. You don't go, you don't go, just buy and support it. So, you know, don't worry, I'll be involved in this year. I'll get a bunch of cards and letters off it.
Yeah, right. It's a great event, a lot of good.
Where's that at?
Item number 17.
Wearing me out.
You had 4 or 5, I can consolidate a bunch of them, put it all into one thing. I tweaked the language just a little bit. Consideration, discussion, possible vote to declare as surplus or salvage. Now, you don't have to tell us which ones are junk and which ones you want to sell, but a heat seal laminator, GPC heat seal H300 SJC asset number 0687, model H300-120B, serial number PLT8382. Adele Firearm 3827 computer tower on dispense with the asset numbers and all the serial numbers. A Grayall model G362 G3WD Magnavox TV with VCR and DVD player. I imagine that's a stimulator. DVD for these, make them anymore.
And it's multiple.
So I think the best way to do this would be, is it all service, or is some of it, or salvage, or salvage is stuff you want, don't have any sell value, it gets useful, like that great off probably got some parts.
We got the part left on it. You got driving across for south and get.
It comes from me.
Yeah, that's.
It comes from C2, I promise you, it's just.
You really right, huh?
I've got it kind of monument.
Larry did it for parts.
I would pick the clean, so we just comes out.
Well, big and heavy is, you still get something for the weight, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But some of these things are probably just, like that Magnavox TV, I made this going in the dumpster.
That TV.
There's some computer people, you make a good deal on this Inspire on 3827, Mr. It's probably bought when you were commissioner 40 years ago.
4 years ago? What, 40?
I said 40.
40,
Enhance it a little bit.
enhance it a little bit.
All right, can I get a motion on that?
I'll make a motion to dispose of it.
Have a motion by Commissioner Mars, second by Commissioner Tino. Any questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, unanimous, 5-0.
Hey, before we leave off there, Tuesday, we're having a big cleanup day over at the, DPS station. So if y'all want anything out there, you better come, because it's gone.
What's in there you want? That's not been over there.
Stuff that's already been declared.
Yes.
we voted on this back in a few months ago.
Yeah, a few months ago.
Well, actually, when all the rain started.
As long as it's already been declared, I mean, you rolling back, giving them one last chance. No roll around cheering.
Yeah, I've been telling you, because I'll tell you what's gonna be done Tuesday morning. If the sheriff will help us out, I'm gonna be talking to VP or Mr. Jolly about it. I don't know if VP's talking to y'all about it.
He's talking about free labor. He's got the suits on.
I think we can help it arrange something.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank y'all. Maybe y'all want to go share no desk, there's plenty of them.
We got a lot of old stuff already.
I think some of this stuff's been about 15 years.
Yeah, that's the way it is when we spend taxpayers' money on things. We're very careful about throwing something away that might have a little bit of use to it. So we end up with a pile of stuff. And I'm trying to be frugal and all that kind of stuff. But at some point, you need the space for whatever, and so we can pile more junk in there.
Yeah, I think there's 3 buildings that are full. 3 buildings, plus outside.
Yeah.
But it'll be clean. It'll be clean too.
Yeah, because storage is important. Item number 18, consideration, discussion, possible vote to approve the variance for track 1 and 2, 81 Allen Lane, Cold Spring, 75-501-0012, Gonzales, from Washington.
So I see there's lots numbered here, if we're looking at the same plat, right? 29, 30, 31.
Yes.
Is it a flat subdivision?
Is that a platted subdivision?
It was, it's not stated on there, that's what it's in.
Is it flat?
Yeah, platted, oh, yeah, really the east.
It says Evergreen Estates, I've never heard of that. It says an unrecorded subdivision. So it's not an approved subdivision, so.
But it is platted.
Had it been a private subdivision, you would have to do some different things besides variance.
Yeah. Doing 2 tracts of land totaling 1.9 acres in every each with all insert 1.9, 180 acres. Evergreen Estates, unrecorded. People, I guess, just jump up there and get a surveyor to draw out a plat and then they don't even bother recording it. That really puts people that buy the lots in a jam, because we have no record of it, no permits are gotten. I mean, this may be, I don't have any idea how old this is. I mean, even.
Certainly not on any of the current county maps, I'm sure.
City of Cold Springs, Oakhurst, Point Blank, and they were platted. It's not a new concept like, in the 20s or teens, they were recorded, the plats were kind of crude. I mean,
I think the city of Shepherd, it was township in 1880s or something.
something like that. So, and it may not have all the technical information and easements, but they'll write all lots are 50-foot wide down there, so you know, or whatever. They did it a little more simplistic back then. Yeah.
So we're combining lot 29 and 30 and leaving lot 31, is that what we're doing?
So the favorite 29 lots, 29, 30, 31 is an unrecorded subdivision. And he's.
Why don't you come up here and talk to us?
So it is a recorded subdivision, or unrecorded subdivision. The plat for it
Yeah, that's
is not even legible, you can barely even see it.
What year was it done?
When was it
I'm
planted?
not for sure, like, it's old, but it's, like, you can't even, barely even read the dimensions on it. Everything's been done by legal descriptions.
Big Allen, this is in Evergreen over there across the river near Robinson Place down there. You turn down Benson Allen and I guess B. Allen's one of them. That's probably I'm pretty sure this looks like some, the late Terry White's work. Y'all know Terry, he put in a few unrecorded subdivisions back in the 70s.
Is this for Ronnie Elliott? No, it's for, so originally, when we originally surveyed this property, it was for John Johnson, and he had 29, 30, 31. All the lots were already surveyed together. And then he sold it to Gonzalez. And then they're wanting, their house is on 29 and 30, and they're wanting to sell 31.
Well, I'll be happy to make a motion to grant the variance, but it's already divided. I don't know why we're,
Keep doing
yeah, if it's already got field notes for it.
Well, it's never been approved by the court.
Well, I'm just saying, I'll be happy to make a motion. But I just don't know why.
I'll second.
Well, that's what they're doing, I guess, it's 100 foot, the lots are. Well, that lot that they're getting rid of, looks like it's got 90 foot of frontage. Is that A. Jackson Lane? Is that a county road or not?
It's on A. Jackson Lane and on the island, it's on both.
Well, at some point, it changes the name, apparently.
Right.
I'm not even sure if it says, 60 foot right of way on B. Allen, 60 foot right of way on, how do you determine that?
That's what they show on that plat that we have on the one that's very legible. Like you can hardly see it at all. And then on the
Do you have
legal
it?
description,
Do you
I don't
have
have it with me. I can get a copy of it.
Evergreen Estates? I thought what Terry did was more like 10-acre tracts. I know them further back down that road, we cut up some 10-acre tracts. 10 acres, you don't have to have a court approval.
There's some, the farther you go down the island, there's some 5-acre tracts
You know,
farther down up in there.
But you don't have any idea when that subdivision was, it's not filed, but I guess you just have to chase the deed back and see when the first one was bought.
Right. Everything that we found on it's all done by legal description. And it comes out as lots.
Meets and bounds.
I have meets and bounds here that we did for it.
When you said legal description, there's.
The meets and bounds.
Yeah, that's what I thought you meant.
So when you do the deed, it doesn't go back, your deed, your legal description doesn't go back in the deed and say how, when it was first done.
Ours doesn't, well, I mean, I can go back and track it back farther. That's what we had.
I thought you might have it right there.
No.
Okay, when Gonzalez bought it, you said they bought it from, what was his name?
Java Johnson.
The Java Johnson, was it described in those deeds as, you know, as separate tracts?
It was 29, 30, and 31 when he bought it.
it. Johnson.
I guess if
was
it's
described
been
as
bought and
separate.
sold with those old descriptions, I think that's what the commissioner's saying. It's already separated out, whether, how it got that way, if it's been done long enough, I guess it's a, sort of grandfather, I
You
guess.
can't put it back in the bottle now.
Yeah, it's still like a legal description around it. Like there's still meets and bounds around it, but it's still.
It's
lot
like
30,
against that
29,
Wheeler
31.
tract over there. Wheeler sold parts of his, and we've approved some variances out of that Wheeler property on the back side.
Right.
Looks like both sides of the road was this, Evergreen Estates. Who made the motion?
Mark.
Commissioner Martino. Who Who made the second?
That's not it.
Who? You, Commissioner Dominic? Any other comments? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? No, heartburn for? No, sir. Alright. We'll struggle up on a few unrecorded subdivisions. I don't really know why they didn't do that. Well, I've got my ideas. I've had it unanimous 5-0.
I appreciate y'all putting that road in those lots every time. Even though this is not my precinct, it's gonna help somebody in the future.
Right.
When there's issues.
Yeah, we have several that have them that go to the center line of the road, so we've been showing that on everything.
Item number 19, consideration, discussion, possible vote to approve the declaration of salvage for an item located at Precinct 3, Road 3, to wit, a heater, 150,000 BTU, serial number 164983. Commissioner Johnson. That's the shop here.
Yes, they use it to keep the contact. It doesn't work. They said that.
All right, can we get a motion here?
John, I'll make the motion.
I have a motion by Commissioner Morris to declare it as salvage. Second by Commissioner Sweeney. Any comments? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Unanimous. 5-0. Item number 20, I don't know if there are any. Consideration, discussion, and possible vote to approve necessary action for purchases under the Operation Lone Star. Can you put that on there so as we're working through the grant, we have that approved, this is what we gotta do. I don't have anything in my file.
Mr. John, who do y'all want to put over this? Who's gonna be the one?
Make me, the chief of police of, Coach Twins that I see is gonna come over with me.
Okay, so he's gonna be the guy kind of submitting all and making sure that everything.
Yeah, he's gonna be the captain over it.
Oh, no, that's not what we.
Everything's gonna be coming through me, but, yeah, he's gonna be the captain.
He was trying to make sure that there's a lot of communication with the people that's gonna be paying for it and submitting the bills.
That's all.
That's what we work about.
I met with Mr. Dean twice already.
Okay.
Twice.
Okay. Well, that's all I had.
Well, it's needed to be always,
If you get this ahead of time, it'd be very helpful so they can have a chance to look over it. Because, there's an unwritten rule that if we don't have it backup, I sometimes don't even put it on the agenda.
okay.
So that doesn't ever blow up, and I'm just telling you that, because this is how we do it. This is simple, I mean, this is great.
What y'all have here is two of the, products that we require to have for that grant. We have 3 patrol cars with the same equipment y'all approved last time. For the other patrol cars, it's the same equipment. But for the grant on that, for the 3 cars fully equipped out is $232,299.18. That's the bid for the 3 cars for that grant.
Is this off the buy board?
This is off the tips.
It's something similar to the buy board.
Yeah, same
We
thing.
just approved it last week,
This here is the K9, the second one is a K9 car because it's a little different because it requires different equipment. If y'all notice, it's just a little bit, the equipment on that one is $28,000. On the standard car, it's $22,000. So it's a little bit higher for the K9 car because it requires different
The cage is a little thicker, so.
Well, it has
Can't choose food.
it has the AC, it has a air
No back seat.
blower and all that stuff for the dog so the dog doesn't die, suffocate. It also comes with,
an alarm system that the sergeant and the handler has, so to let you know if the air conditioner quits working while the dog's in the car.
Do we have a dog in the car, or are we gonna train
Well,
one?
that dog we buying, sir, I haven't got that yet for you. I'm doing it piece by piece. And, but we're gonna have a dog and a dog handler for that unit also.
Yeah, Eric Rogers had an old bloodhound named Buford, that was our, remember old Buford?
So just for clarification, these are all the items that are on the application that was submitted.
That is correct.
So everybody knows that this is just not something y'all agree with. You know, that was submitted before.
Yes,
This is what you're gonna
it's
have
the
to talk
same equipment y'all already approved.
Yeah, this is all Lone Star.
Yeah, this is on the Lone Star grant. Also, just give you a heads up, on the two items that we're purchasing, you know, the equipment and the cars, that leaves me, $21,000 left over for miscellaneous items that we may need. Plus, if not, I'm gonna use it to help, because we're also buying radios, which is another part of the grant, and I may end up having to use some of that funds.
Radios?
Yes, sir, because they require survival,
Was that in the grant?
yes, sir.
Yeah.
But the money that they allow may not be just quite enough, but I may use some of this other money to help go with it to get it. So just let you know that we didn't even spend the allotted amount of money for the cars and equipment. It left me $21,000 left over, which I will end up using for the radio.
Sure.
All right, good job.
I'll make a motion to
Approve that.
approve the purchase of this. Where you gonna pay for it first from?
Okay, create a new
You'll
plan
create
for
an
that.
account to track it.
Yeah.
I'll second that.
Yes.
I have a motion by Commissioner Natuno, a second by Commissioner Marsh to approve the purchase of various items of 2025 Ford Police SUV. All the various, equipment installed, and set forth. How many vehicles is this?
Total force.
Four, and the total amount $232,299.18. Any questions, all in favor say aye. Any opposed, the ayes have it, unanimous, 5-0.
I didn't want to overburden you with every little screw and item that they're putting in, but I had to itemize this, but I didn't think y'all needed that whole itemized list.
So I only had one question. This is, you know, we bought Tahoe before, and now we're switching forward. Is it like a preference thing?
No, so it was actually, the Tahoes are on so much back order.
Okay.
That if we want to wait for
I was saying it just makes things so complicated. You got this one and this one.
yeah, the only deal is the Chevy is so packed up that to get the Tahoe, if we order them now, we might get them within the next year or something like that. So that's what they told me. They said, no, we can't get you.
Because I thought they said that eco boost, they didn't like that when they had it before. But that's all you get, I guess it's all.
Well, and these are the 2025, and it's probably a little different because I surveyed with other agencies that are buying, and a lot of them are going to the eco boost.
Well, last time I went through the precinct barn the other day, there was green and red and blue and all kind of different colored tractors, so you get the best thing you can find, that you don't have to wait from here on out.
That is correct, so we don't have to wait for
I don't care what you want, I just like to see things, so we'll know what we're getting, what we've got to work with.
And also, we just don't want them to also hurt by the striking too. Anything I left over, left over, so striking and stuff.
And I hear a rumor about a van, maybe y'all thinking about giving to the maintenance. Did I hear a rumor about this?
I'm in the process, but, not ready yet to.
I know, but I heard a rumor of that. That's good. I'm glad to see that.
Our van keeps breaking down, our jail van, we only have one, so we can't transport.
We got to do a grant when we first got the thing, years and years ago, back when Ed was a thug.
But if you do that, I'm just saying, I'm glad to see that.
But let me tell you what I'm gonna do. I can tell you, if you got a minute, I'll tell you. We got cars sold. We got a check for that for 40 grand. I'm gonna sell 3 more cars that are just sitting in there that needs to go. Take that money, and hopefully, I'm gonna try to scrounge up enough money that we don't have to come up with any more money to buy the jail van. So we will, because it's basically just a van
We can't.
with a cage in the back. Okay, so it's not like the van has to be.
I rode that thing to Dallas.
Yes, so, I bet that was fun.
I was in the club.
Oh, okay,
Hopefully within the next month, I'll be able to bring that to y'all, you know, for the new van, what that's gonna cost us, and then be able to use the money from the other sales, because we're getting rid of 2 of the 4 of the Explorers that we got right now that are.
Chief, you got anything else on this? There's
I do
$1
have-
million plot too that you gotta spend.
I'm gonna bring it next week, might as well put it on there, I'm on the agenda for next, month. I'll bring
This
that.
deal just stays on the agenda till.
I'll be there next month for you, sir.
I just want to make sure we keep up, but that's all I care about.
And I got something for your next agenda when we book it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Item number 21, consideration, discussion, possible vote to approve county emergency operations, EOP, which is the basic plan of all ESFs. ESFs, they used to call annexes, but the state's changing, trying to streamline how all the counties do plans. And the plan is about like this, and then you never add letter in the alphabet an annex for transportation or communication or shelter or for this or for that. And they're pushing this. Well, go ahead, I don't want to steal your thunder. Go ahead.
There's no thunder still, Jim, you got it, the ESS are emergency support functions now, so the state's been operating on, for, I believe, a couple of years now. FEMA went to the ESS, so that's really where it's coming from. It's coming from the state all the way down. Just kind of streamline things, condense it. As you're saying, the old plan of it looks like what the judge has there. Now this is the whole plan. Put the stuff back off on the agencies that they know what they need to do. We support them. When we can't get them supported, the state supports us to support them. Pretty much.
Well, I remember way back when 98 was my first year, and back when we were writing plans and went on the internet, they basically had the forms they wanted to use. You downloaded that, because I didn't know that at first, and I thought, my gosh, they're just handwriting all this stuff. These people are, not that they weren't brilliant, but I'm like, they like to use their format, so that hadn't really changed. So
Yes, sir, they provided the
streamlined it, I guess.
Yes.
For lack of a better term.
Definitely streamline the, part of the software, we go into plugging in our stuff, it spits it out. You sign it, we send it to them, and hopefully that's essentially payments. Almost same as the HMP thing, it's sent up the line, and gets through from here.
Well, I was talking to he had written one of the annexations for what the JP's roles are. And you're just not going into quite as much detail with this document. You have policies that we have in place, and I don't know about y'all, but some of us have been through 4 or 5 hurricanes and disasters over the years, and too many. I don't know if the first thing you do when the storm blows in is, where's that book? What do I do? I mean, you've been there, done that, you know what to do. This is some guidance in case you run into something that you haven't been.
Yeah, just lays the groundwork.
Okay, so during its preparation, I guess we've been working back and forth with Tatum, and they've had some input.
Yes, sir,
He turned around and looked at the one who's doing all the work on it, I see.
yes, sir, I put it on, this is done,
Yes,
most of them prior to my arrival.
the Tatum, aide that is over the program, worked with me in developing audit, EOP, and already has looked at it to make sure that it would.
EOP, that's emergency operating plan.
Yes.
A lot of us don't talk in all that lingo, but,
All acronyms.
yeah, acronym, there you go.
But when I completed the plan and everything, we did submit it, and she reviewed it unofficially and said that it looked great, so when y'all approved it and expected to be submitted to the state and to the federal government, we shouldn't have any problem with it going up the ladder.
Yes,
We, in the way it covers all state and federal laws as is.
Okay.
Make a motion.
I have a motion by Commissioner Sweeney,
I'll second.
second by Commissioner Dominic. Any other comments?
Yeah, I got one.
Yes.
You're gonna say, I don't know what page it is, but it says, for road and bridge department, slash text out, maintain a reasonable stockpile of emergency paving material, so all I know is where we're gonna get that money to stockpile it.
I knew that.
Do you have stockpile right there? You're already complying.
No, it does.
Well, and everyone disaster it's all.
And I think what he was trying to say was that general fund needs to stockpile itself.
Oh, yeah.
You know, some towns do have, like, the 4 precincts have one person that they talk to. We don't have that, so, I don't know if you would have to have it per commissioner, or if y'all have, it'd be worked out between y'all, like, okay, well, they got some over here, we'll borrow it and get it back to them. Yeah, like the water tower.
We're as a county, this is the county plan, and if it doesn't say we gotta have 4 separate files.
Okay.
Yes.
For purposes of this plan, if push came to shove, if you don't have no stockpile, and it's that, the culvert blowing into the schoolhouse went out, we had to dump some. Commissioner, I'm not gonna put a part on the deal and say you can't use that over here. You know, we're all working together. Any other comments? Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, it's unanimous, 5-0, is there?
No matter, we'll take care of what they take care of when time comes.
We always do. Oh, okay. You got a, there are places that you have to sign, the sheriff has to sign, is this, you got?
So the basic plan is you're gonna have your signature.
I need to increase your little tabbing budget, so whenever you got something like this for us to sign, it's helpful to have some place in here, right by every signature page.
Yeah.
Is that the one you want to get signed?
Yes, we can do this on that, we can, well, I mean, yeah, all of them.
Right, I don't know if I got some more stuff to do, but if you.
I don't know, he was.
Well, the sheriff said right there, you got some places from outside, why don't you approach him, he's sitting right there. Any of us that need to sign that are here, you gather them up there.
Hey, Joe, you make sure y'all send us a copy, but me and Mark never got a copy of that.
Oh, John, you see that?
We might have, but my email was kind of up that last week.
Our whole phone system, you know, that was,
We'll get it printed out and bring it.
just swing by the office.
You said it like, that's how you do that.
I did, but, sometimes you'll email it. I didn't know what
You guys probably
Check with the secretary, make sure you got the right one.
I was
Or
gonna
send it
say,
out.
I follow.
what's in that email, you probably, if you're having a couple, you may have not gotten it.
Our phone system, my computer system, this is weird.
I know,
Most probably couldn't get a hold of us.
Commissioner, I sent pigeons to this day.
They say between Frontier and,
Yes.
they won't communicate. One blames one, the other blames the other.
I think you, Mark, you got that pretty much fixed, right? The email, kick back.
Yeah, but it's not, but if the phone system's not working, it's still.
One system separate.
One blind the other.
In your precinct, I don't think your internet's coming through the same provider.
It's not.
As the phones.
And they will not communicate, one blames one blames the other, just back and forth, man.
Item 22, consideration, discussion, possible vote to approve necessary actions, approve or termination of computer service agreements and approve alternate plan for in-house IT service. That's got a catch-all. IT issues, we've got unsigned contract, unapproved contract at the sheriff's office, the commissioner has got a contract, they were, I think, the last time we had met, we talked about this a little bit, and we need to get, we're not computer guys, so come on up here, Mr. Wells. I mean, we don't know where all we, I think we asked to have you visit with the sheriff and see. That's one of the things about whether or not we need to, we're paying, what, we paid $150,000 to a vendor that has an agreement that's not approved. I understand we're paying for like 87 different copies of Microsoft 365. I mean, just various things like that.
Mr. Jones, you got the guy behind you there, he's shaking his head. Is he?
Yes, once he talks, we're gonna get, okay, all right, good deal.
If y'all not talking, we're trying to come to a solution, so where are we at?
I have spoken with Chief Jolly several times. We're starting with the email section.
We changed emails because we were 3 or 4 years ago, because we had lots of problems with the email. It was sponsored by Sarah, and you set us up a new email for reasons that are unknown to me. The sheriff's office at that time didn't want to switch. I think it had a lot to do with, it's a little bit of a pain to switch your email, but once you get up and running, it works pretty good, you know. So anyway, go ahead.
They have 3 email systems or providers. They still have some accounts on Sarah, and they have accounts with me, and then they have accounts with Optimum. And I created email accounts for all the employees as far as I understand it. Let's say I had more.
We also I think somebody said we were paying like $4,000 a month to, I don't know, I may get this all wrong, but we're storing stuff on their servers, and they're just kind of like piggybacking, and why couldn't we've had servers before, why couldn't we?
There are still servers there. That's a special deal. It's their body cams and their car cams, and the WatchGuard, Chief Jolly's informed me, the WatchGuard machine's old, the camera's old, WatchGuard won't support it anymore.
Well, you look at what's going on, have you identified some areas that we can try to save some money? We never had a $150,000 budget just for one department to do IT.
Well, absolutely. I continue working with him. Like I said, the first part is we'll get rid of the Office 365 email issue. Take us about a month and gives his people time to notify everybody.
Let me stop for a second. There are some contracts involved, and there's been a little bit of back and forth about canceling the contract. I see our district attorney is in here. Before we start talking about, I think there's probably a need to go into executive session and discuss the legal ramifications of doing this. The sheriff and the chief and you.
Yes, sir.
Do you think so?
Yes, sir.
That is the last thing on the agenda, so.
Mr. John. We need to, we also have, the brochures here. They also have, the ones on that grant deal, not bid, but the quotes that they gave us. They're also here to help us out with telling us all the, security stuff that we're required to have by law. And everything, and even our new email system that we just switched everything over.
He's a third party vendor, he won't be coming in.
Well, no, but if
session.
there are any questions that somebody has for something, he can give us expertise, information on that stuff. The biggest deal, like right now, even our email system, where we're signing on to them right now, the one we're just switching over to, we're getting a warning device telling us that it's not a secure site. So we gotta change that, so we can actually have the email system has to be a secure site, because we don't want to have other problems. So I don't know why it's doing that, that's something me and Mark said, I just found out about that prior to me coming here, probably knows about that, just recently. That we're having,
We can go into executive session and you can ask him, I don't want to divulge what all our vulnerabilities are in open court here. But, you know, we might, Mark may be able to answer that.
sure.
What time? 10:17, we're gonna adjourn. Regular session, go on to executive session.
Got last
Discuss with our attorney,
I will be.
contracts.
Hey, y'all need me, I'll step back this with Todd, please. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yes, ma'am, one time. Let the record reflect the 6:55, we reconvened, we've been in executive session, discussed some items about our computer situation and the legal ramifications, involved with our district attorney. We're reconvening in regular session after adjourning executive session and go back to item number 22, consideration, discussion, possible vote to approve necessary actions, approval or termination of computer service agreements and approve alternate plan for in-house IT. Well, that's a kind of a whole lot of possible action could be going on there. I think we have an agreement with, Precinct 3, Road and Bridge, it's, I think they want to probably terminate their relationship, but I mean, in order to do that, you have a 60-day time, you're supposed to give notice, so I think there's been an arrangement made to basically pay, what is it, 6 months?
Just pay my 60 days so that I can get it. Then I didn't have to.
So I'd like, if I could hear some type of motion to that effect, is that a motion?
Yes, that's a.
All right. I have a motion by Commissioner Dominic to be able to, terminate the contract according to the terms worked out with, Swan. I have a motion by Commissioner Dominic, a second by Commissioner Matuno. Are there any questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, unanimous, 4-0. Commissioner Mars stepped out for a moment. All right, that's terminate. 373 contract. We have another arrangement with the same vendor that was signed without approval, but they have been helping us with the computers and so forth. At some point, our IT department is, I guess, locked out, so they can't go over there and work on any of the sheriff's computers without him being able to have access to that system. So I think there's an agreement to give him access and let him see what he can do to help work on the situations with the email and other concerns, kind of like step by step. And if I get out of line, Sheriff, tell me if I'm overstating what we're talking about. But I would entertain a motion. I take it by your silence that you're fine with what I'm saying. So I'd entertain a motion to approve having Mark Wills, the IT person, being given access to the computer so he can do day-to-day maintenance and whatever he can do to help things work a little better over there.
I make a motion that Mark Wills is allowed to have access to the sheriff's department's IT.
Have a motion by, Commissioner Sweeney,
I'll second.
second by Commissioner Donnelly to give access to the sheriff's department IT. Any questions? All in favor? Let the record reflect. Any opposed? The ayes have it, it's 5-0. Commissioner Morris has made it back in the room. I don't think there's anything else that we need to do on that. Y'all know anybody that, we have an IT position open, we approved in last year's budget, so, y'all know anybody that's crackerjack IT person looking for a job, tell them to turn in an application.
Will it be on the website?
I think it is, but I couldn't swear to that. Do you have a job description for that?
Yeah. Upstairs, we got one and we sent it upstairs to be approved. Somebody helped us write that up.
Yeah. All right. Item number 6. Do you have any bills? Consider approval of claims.
That's yours. Is that your reimbursement? That's just something you did? Or was that it? How much? Good, good. Oh, yeah, that way it lasts a while. Good, I'm not going to it's just close yeah, awful.
I gotta check this guy.
I'm pretty sure.
Hey, you know the guy that all the
Some of it's 6 hours of record.
talk to my no problem. He said, you coach some of these things. I'm not fishing.
The bills are different. I mean, sure.
I think they're all water. It's all the other roads. It's a general style. There are strict establishments. Have we she does. Christie's maybe got calls and time to find it. City maybe can't trust you. This stuff is but it was still that
That's the section. Some other cities.
no, I'm just saying, anyway,
This is basically your book. This is my stuff.
Okay.
I've learned to do that. And it's
I just paid attention.
Yes, no, I'm good with that.
So I don't think it's all this, you need it. Yeah, I think maybe. It might affect you. All that argument changes. All that argument, right? And that work out is.
Sorry, I forgot. And that's why you got there.
Oh, just waiting on that. I'm sorry. Oh, let me shut Fred and see what I see.
I don't want to touch it. It's not cool.
Blow it up.
Yeah, but
There you go.
I was going to say,
That's the subdivision she was showing us.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna let you look at it.
Yeah, I was curious as to who.
It's back.
I'm sorry, I can't see it.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Here's the
there's a window like the first came through the window.
Does it say what year it was done? No.
But it's in the map, Kevin.
No.
Oh.
Oh, I gotta run.
It's like somebody's deed.
The deeds, wow. Wow. How far back y'all go, you know? Remember? I was sorry, I just heard it.
Gunter had places there.
That's why
Mark's, used to be Mark's constituent. Yeah, yeah.
We've surveyed a lot of times.
You found this attached to somebody's deed or something? That's one way to get it on record, that's not, wow.
Before your time?
I was a youngster if it was, yeah, probably so, yes.
Yeah, that'd be. So if you don't remember.
I'm familiar with that one, I've dealt with a lot of them.
What's that?
I was just wondering, what, something that's on this bill?
Oh, no, have you opened it up already?
Yes, sir.
We were waiting on that, right?
I'll make a motion for it, please.
I have a motion by Commissioner Tino, pay claims with bills.
I'll second.
I have a second by Commissioner Dominic. Any questions?
No, just a second.
You want to see that get
We have any idea how much I did make
We've got to.
16,000 holiday.
Oak Street.
That one person.
They have something
No,
about.
it's got, this is tough.
Oh, okay. So we don't have his. Yours is.
That's still people cashing out.
But, and Christmas is.
If you leave here, if you leave here and you still got holiday time on the books, you get paid out for holiday?
No. Well, yes, you do, not sick.
That's it.
Holiday, yeah, sick, no. There is.
Holiday leave. How do you get there? Is that, this person worked on the holiday?
Well, the sheriff's office do not take off on holidays, and certainly if Road and Bridge has something going on, if they have to get something present, they don't take their holiday.
We take off, if they take off on a Friday, they back up and take off Thursday too.
Yeah,
They're already off.
depending on what's going on, but even for my office, when you've got things pressing like payroll or stuff like that, they work on holidays too.
Great road, you had to.
Yeah. When they're in the middle of a
Anyway,
project.
that's just a big number for holiday, they,
That's mostly sheriff's departments, the turnover.
You look at it.
yes, sir.
I had a
questions about the, gun range.
What?
$3,600 a year for gun range stuff?
They have to qualify every year.
And that's what
Whenever we bought that 25 property, we talked about putting a gun range out there on that, and that talked about, you might have been here when we talked about that, but it never really materialized.
We have one in Shepherd. We have one in Shepherd. Maybe shut it down. More of them.
Just curious.
Who's running it? Shut it down. Feds, FBI, 180 guns,
Right there on the.
300,000 in cash.
I think they go to the one on Low Water Bridge. They used to go to one in Alaska, but I think now they.
Go to Mexico.
Oh, that's a good spot.
Things through your maiden.
Is it Trinity Armor? Is it Trinity Armor?
Yes, sir. I talk to the guy all the time.
There used to be a place called Bear something.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So which one is it?
But I don't know.
$3,600.
You need this guy?
Trinity's really fire.
Can you make me a copy and send it?
Trinity
Just send it to my email.
Okay.
That way you'll have it.
Okay.
I like you to kind of look over it.
You just
Think about it.
Yeah, Trinity.
Just think about it.
Paying almost about 18,000 to one again.
What?
I was looking at 18,000 at one again there. 13,240 to 2,200, 2,200, that's all wrong, isn't it?
That ain't got crystals. It's Dominic's keeping.
Those are all those that y'all said to get,
We're talking about the Trinity Home, I think.
Yeah.
Well, they've done.
They were talking about water.
Yeah,
Is that for a whole year at a time, I guess? Surely that ain't that much in a month.
Are we talking about?
They qualify once a year.
They have to qualify once a year and it's
Once
at
a
a
year.
certain time.
Yeah.
So,
I see.
I don't know if it's at the
They
end
come,
of the
they
year
come
or what.
down, pay it, and they get more qualified or something like that. And I'm assuming we're not just feeding on the sheriff's people, that's probably that the inmates coming in for about
That's all inmates, yeah, that's jail food.
jail food. Oh, those are the, man, I know we.
No, they don't do the sheriff's department.
it's the membership.
And these two is there.
So that
Otherwise, it's not gonna be a lower rate.
They're not allowed to.
So that's specific to your membership, what we find out. It says from February 25 to February 20.
I don't see it even in there, but I told you,
Includes discounted gym, firearms, accessories, membership has a minimum,
Wow.
12,000 for.
I guess it's for the whole sheriff's office.
They can go out there at any time and practice.
$5 or something for, that feeds on the next book. All right, any other comments about bills?
No, we'll kick it.
All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it, unanimous 5-0. Number 7, consideration, discussion, and possible vote. Consider approval of budget amendments and revenue certifications. I didn't see any, but
There aren't any.
I entertain a motion for that.
I'll make that motion.
Thanks, sir. All in favor, say aye.
Guys.
All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
I think how fast you'll second when it's the